Hi. Well, it's another beautiful day out there. And it's beautiful because we are here now. Today, I want to talk about some of the traps and pitfalls of the spiritual path. One of these is object oriented existence and identification. Now, for instance, if you view living beings as objects, then that is going to keep you from getting free. Or if you are viewed by other human beings as objects, then that is going to keep you from getting free. Okay? And I can demonstrate this through sex. Have you ever had sex, and even though you came and everything turned out okay, it didn't feel right? It didn't give you what you wanted? Well, the reason for that is because you didn't get the intimacy you needed, because the person that you were with was experiencing you as an object. Okay, lust. Now, this is one of the ways that you can get trapped because if you are experiencing, some would say, love as in this way, then that's going to limit your ability to progress on the spiritual path. If you are experiencing a relationship in which you are being treated as an object or are treating someone as an object, then you should stop that relationship, if at all possible. Other ways of looking at this are how you treat other people in your daily life. For instance, if you're walking down the street and you see somebody who is of lesser stature than you, in the sense of uh, a homeless person or a beggar or somebody that you feel like isn't as good of a person as you, then that's also you're viewing them as an object. Okay, and that's not good for you. It's not good for your progress. Also, if you lack any kind of real intimacy with the person that you're with, that's going to cause all sorts of different problems with your progress. I mean, I don't know everything, obviously, about all this, but I do know a few things. And one of the things I know is that in order to be free, you must let go of what's not helping you. And being in a relationship with someone who views you as an object or that you view as an object isn't good for either of you. Okay? And it's also basically removes some spiritual from your life. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't have sex with somebody because you think they're sexy or whatever. I'm not saying anything like that. What I am saying is if you do want to have sex with somebody, you need to make it with intimacy. You need to fill that experience with intimacy because if you don't, then you're going to fall into that trap. Okay? Now, there's lots of other ways that you can fall into different traps. Okay? Just sex is one that I happen to, come to mind. Um, Generally speaking, having a relationship while you're in uh, attempting to have spiritual progress can be a problem. That can be a trap as well. Also, meditation can be a trap, or chanting. or anything that you do that's what you call a method to help you focus your mind can trap you into believing that that's the answer when it's not. Spiritual enlightenment or awakening isn't about meditating. It isn't about chanting. It isn't about what do they call it in India? What, keeping yourself chaste. It's none of that stuff. Okay, what it's about is accepting what is. Now, that means that you have to be in a position to do that. Okay, and if you're in a relationship with someone who views you as an object, then you're not in that position. Okay? I'm not telling anyone to break up with anybody because of any of this stuff. I'm just explaining to you how these things can trap you. Okay? I've known plenty of people who've meditated for years and yet haven't woken up. And the reason is they're trapped in that. Okay? Any way that you may use to focus your mind can become a trap. Okay? So the main thing to do or to feel here is that you need to accept that you are not perfect. You can make mistakes. That's part of what it is. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone falls into these traps along the way. And sometimes these traps can take you away from, awakening for years, okay? Which isn't good. Other ways that you can be fooled into thinking that you are doing the right thing when you're not doing the right thing are innumerable, okay? I can't think of any right now, but they are, okay? The main thing to remember here is if you're not letting go of what you're doing as you're doing it, then that can be a trap, okay? For instance, meditation. Meditation is a great way to focus your mind so that you can feel God's love, which is important. But if you feel like that's something that is going to do the job, period, then you're wrong. Because meditation is just the beginning of awakening, okay? You need to live this meditation, not just meditate it. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. For instance, I don't meditate for 10 hours a day, okay? I am constantly in an awakened state, okay? I live the awakening, all right? And if you're doing something to still your mind and it becomes a rut that you can fall into, then that's not helping. Of course, I don't have any right to say anything because I just stumbled into being awakened. It just happened. Okay? Bad stuff happened and this happened. So I have no right to say anything about anything here. Okay? Except that what I've experienced has led me to believe that you gotta let go. If anything you're holding on to, anything that you're grasping, okay, is gonna push away what you desire or want, okay? Really, even desiring anything is a bad idea, okay? I mean, obviously, you're a human being, so you're gonna want to have things like sex, relationships, people around you, so on and so forth, and that's all good. But if those relationships aren't healthy, then that's not going to help you. And the way to understand whether or not something's healthy is to check the level of intimacy you have with the person you're with. And if there's not enough intimacy, then you need to accept that it's not working. Anyway, so other things that can trap you are, you know, being a renunciate. I don't know if anyone knows what that means, but you have stopped doing things for whatever reason. Okay, for instance, sex. Okay, or you have stopped eating, or you have stopped bathing yourself. I mean, there are people in India still doing this right now. Okay, and they're trapped. So anything you holding on to or pushing away is only going to become closer, okay, than you want it to be. Um, for instance, let's say you are awakening and you're pushing away feelings of inadequacy, okay? Now, those feelings of inadequacy are going to come back, okay? Because everything you push away comes back. That's the way the universe works, okay? You can't push away things and have expect any results. You have to embrace these feelings and let them go. If you can't embrace what you're feeling and let them go, then you're trapped, okay? Whatever you're feeling, whatever emotions or thoughts that you're experiencing, okay, that are keeping you from awakening, you've got a hold on you or you've got a hold on them, one or the other. And you have to let them go. Embrace the pain. If it's pain. Okay? It's one of the things you can do. Okay? When I have pain, and I do because I'm old, you know, that's what happens when you're old. I embrace the pain. And I go into my body and use the energy there to make the pain go away or not exist. But first, I embrace it. You can't affect what's not part of you. You can only affect what's part of you. You can't affect something that is not a part of you. Okay? And if the pain is not a part of you, then you cannot affect it. However much you might take pain pills and so on and so forth, those things are not a part of you. They may work. I'm not saying they don't work. Okay? But they're not a part of you. The only thing that you can affect is something that is a part of you. Okay? Which is your pain. Or which is your feelings that you're not getting what you want to get. Okay? I know all this stuff is very confusing. I mean, I'm sometimes confused myself. But the main thing here to remember is if you're pushing away things or pulling things toward you, then you're not progressing. Okay? Whether it's because you are viewing things as an object, okay, which is basically, I don't know if you believe in karma or not, but I kind of do. That's adding up bad karma. Or whether you're pushing things away from you. All these things are not in line with letting go. Pushing is not the same thing as letting go. Pushing is pushing. Okay? For instance, let's say you get sexual desire. And you don't want sexual desire because you're awakening. You're trying to awaken. And you feel like sexual desire is only a distraction. And so you push that sexual desire down and away. Okay? And that's not going to help because it's going to come back up. That's what stuff does. Okay? So in order to be free of that sexual desire, you must embrace it. Make it a part of you and then let it go. I know I've told you not to make things a part of you, that you should let things go, but sometimes you have to make things a part of you in order to let them go. So be wary of these traps and these things that are out there to get you because they are out there to get you because that's all part of the game, okay? Which is part of awakening, okay? I don't believe in demons, but if you do believe in demons, then think of this as a demon, okay? Who is trying to stop you from realizing yourself, okay? Self realization, as it's called, is also another word for awakening, okay? And this demon, if you believe in that, is trying to stop you, and they're throwing up roadblocks. This is what happened to Buddha. I don't know if you guys remember the story of Buddha, but while he was awakening, a demon came down and tried to stop him by throwing roadblocks up to him. But you know what? He just put out his hand, and all the roadblocks turned into flower petals, and that's how he handled it because he was already awakened. I'm not saying that you can do that, but the point is, this is what it is. And you must accept the isness of it. Alright, well, the clock on the wall is telling me that this video is gone on long enough. I love you all because you're me and I'm you. There is no separation between us. And have a great life.